What's going on, guys? If you guys don't know me, my name is Trace, and today I kind of wanted to go over a little bit of what I took from motocross that helped me become more of a profitable day trader. And a lot of people do know me as a professional motocross racer. I raced professional motocross as an amateur, and then as I was preparing to make my jump to supercross, I actually ended up getting an injury, and that's what led me to step away from motocross. But overall, that's another story I'm going to get into. But today, I just want to go over the four things that I really use day to day to make myself more of a profitable day trader. Number one is discipline. With racing motocross, you have to be very disciplined with multiple things. But the biggest thing is being disciplined with your mindset, being disciplined with your schedule, being disciplined with your overall day to day basis, whether it's gym, physical workout, mental workout, all of those things that come into play, right? With motocross and day trading, it's literally the exact same thing. If you're not disciplined on your outside life with your gym, your health, your mindset, all of those key things, it's going to affect your day trading. And the point of what I'm trying to get through here is if you're not disciplined on the charts with sticking to your rules, sticking to your model, sticking to what you know you can do on the charts, you are going to be unprofitable. Not just unprofitable, you're going to be losing money, you're going to be blowing funded accounts, you're going to be making dumb decisions, all those things. And that's why being disciplined on the charts is one of the biggest things that I even teach my students every single day that will overall help them with their day trading. And the first step that led me to become where I'm at today with day trading, with business as a whole, is discipline because I was always struggling with staying disciplined to my rules and doing the same thing every single day. When I say doing the same thing every day, it's sticking to your model, your strategy every single day and not changing things, not doing all these other things. And the second thing I want to talk about discipline is what am I doing outside of the charts? When I'm detached from the charts, when I'm at the gym, when I'm eating well, am I doing all of those other things that I know is going to have a positive effect when I'm trading? And I always noticed if I'm not eating right, if I'm not getting good sleep, if I'm not going to the gym on time, if I'm not going to the gym during the day, it always affected my trading. So that's number one is being super disciplined and staying with that. And that's one thing I really took away from motocross because I was super disciplined with all those things and I was able to carry that momentum from motocross into day trading. Number two is going to be patience. Being patient is by far one of the most important things you guys can do on the charts. Again, I talk with this about my students and any trader you guys see online, any influencer, it's always about being patient. What does that mean? And what does that have to do with motocross and how did I use that to my full advantage? And the biggest thing to that is the kind of theory I like to talk about and situation is if you were to hop on a dirt bike and you were to go full blast 100% into your first lap, say it, and you're blowing out ruts, you're crashing, you're pulling your clutch and you're dumping your clutch, doing all these things, you're going to make mistakes and overall you're just going to be slower. It's going to be a slower process to overall become almost letting the track come to you. And with trading as a whole is if you're not patient with the markets, if you're not letting the markets come to you, you're going to be gambling, you're going to be taking stupid trades just to make money, you're going to be doing all of these other things overall. That's also like leads to stress. Like you're going to be stressed if you're not patient with the markets and you don't let them come to you. And that is why it is so important to be patient. Wait for that setup. Don't jump the gun. Don't force a trade. Just be patient every single day you are on the charts. That is so important. That's another thing that I really took away from motocross because if I wasn't patient going, let's just say I was at a race and I wasn't patient and I started going hammering the gun the first lap or the second lap and I didn't let the track come to me, I found myself making mistakes and not riding how I know I could. It's the same thing with trading. If I'm rushing trades, if I'm not being patient with the markets, I used to, I used to find myself jumping the gun. I used to find myself taking trades I know I normally wouldn't, but a lot of it was just fear of missing out because you're not patient. And that is why it is so important to stay patient on the charts. And it was so important that I learned that early with motocross. And of course, I carried that into my trading program. The third thing is consistency. Why is consistency so important? Well, how did I carry consistency as a whole into my trading program for motocross? It goes to the same thing as the last one I was just talking to you about. If you're not consistent on the track, if you're not consistent in your day-to-day routine, if you're not consistent in your program, whatever it may be, overall mentally, you're going to change. You're going to change things. That is why it's so important to stay consistent with your model, with your strategy, with your day-to-day routine, with your diet, with your, again, gym routine, like I already said, routine as a whole. And being consistent with what you're learning, being consistent with the markets, being consistent with your schedule, with your routine, and so on is so important. And that is something massive that I had to do with motocross was being consistent with my schedule and what I was doing day to day. Consistency in sleep, consistency with my diet, consistency with the gym, consistency with my mindset, all of those things. And of course, one of the biggest things is when I say consistency, it's always good to change. Never be comfortable. One thing that has also really helped me and something that I had to work on over time, and it took me a long time to get to this point, was getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. And why that's so important, and again, that still comes with consistency. You're consistently getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. I'm always changing things. And again, this is the key thing that you have to think about. I'm staying consistent, but I'm always testing myself. Why am I always testing myself? I'm always testing myself because that's how you grow. If you do the same thing every single day, over time you're just going to get comfortable with it. So find something you're uncomfortable with, do it until you're comfortable, and then change something. Find something new that you can do that's uncomfortable and get comfortable with it. And that is why it's so important to always study, always find new things, but overall be consistent with that routine of finding the uncomfortable, getting comfortable with the uncomfortable, and then find something new that you're uncomfortable with and get comfortable with that. That is so, so important. And of course, that is honestly sped up the process of kind of like what I'm doing with business and with trading so, so much. So stay consistent with what you're doing and stay consistent of getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. And once you're comfortable with that uncomfortable, find something new you're uncomfortable with and get comfortable with that. It's like a tongue twister, but it's so true. And that is why me being consistent with motocross carried into my day trading, my business routine as a whole, and it has helped me so much. The last and final thing is blocking out the noise. When you're on the gate and about to start for a national championship or a qualifier or a pro motocross race, whatever it may be, blocking out everybody else on the line, blocking out your mechanic, blocking out all these people telling you all these things, because at the end of the day, this is your journey, this is your race, this is your process, it's nobody else's. So being able to cut out the noise is the most important thing ever, because people are going to doubt you. People are going to tell you other things. People are going to say, oh, no, do this instead. People are going to tell you, oh, no, this works. Or, oh, actually, matter of fact, what you're doing is not going to work. They're going to laugh at you. They're going to make fun of you. But if you block out that noise and always tell yourself, this is my journey. This is not their journey. This is not my parents' journey. This is not my friend's journey. This is not my sibling's journey. This is my relative's journey. Whoever it may be that's saying these things, block out the noise. At the end of the day, this is what you want to do. You have the feeling that you can be successful. You have the feeling that you can be a profitable day trader. You have the feeling that you can be a great entrepreneur, and you have the feeling that you can be successful in this life. And whose life is this? It is yours. You have that feeling. They don't. They don't understand what you're feeling. They don't understand the process that you're going through to get to this point. So block out the noise. And over time with my motocross career, what was I doing? I was always blocking out the noise. That's why, one of the things is on the gate, there was some times where, or in staging, for example, getting ready to go to a race, is sometimes I would not wear headphones. Why would I do that? Because being one with my mind, not hearing any background noise, not doing all these things. So there's kind of two concepts before I say that is wearing headphones is also really, really good. Maybe listening to a podcast, listening to some hype music, listening to all those things. But if you can get comfortable with blocking out the noise without other noise, if that makes sense, that's perfectly that's perfect. That's awesome. So don't always wear headphones. Just be comfortable and get in the routine of blocking out the noise. Who cares what all these other people are saying? Who cares? At the end of the day, it is your journey and you need to believe in yourself and you need to cut out the noise. And that is why when I kind of switched into this entrepreneur route with day trading business, bringing those four key things over into my strategy of what I'm doing with business and with trading has helped me tremendously. And I'm going to get more into, my dirt bike career and what I learned with it even more. But this is just something I really wanted talk about, and of course, there's even more things, but those are the four main things that really have helped me get to the point of where I'm at now. And of course, finding this consistent routine of those four things and overall over time has just helped me so much. So I wanted to make this video for you guys. Of course, I'm going to be doing more videos like this because I have so much knowledge, so much stuff that I want to talk to you guys about. But yeah, this is just a little thing. I'm out here in Miami right now, having a really good time looking at some apartments, seeing some buddies, having a great time. And yeah, I wanted to make this video for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any questions, once again, you can ask in the comment section, or you can DM me on Instagram. I try to answer most of my DMs, but of course, I'm here to help you guys. This is why I do what I do. And if you guys are wanting to work one on one with me, you can DM me ICE, and you can apply to work one on one with me. And I'm also hosting another trading fundamentals class, which you guys have seen the results of my students from the previous classes, and they've done literally insane. They were getting funded. Some of them are on their path to their payout. Some of them are on their first evals. Some of them are, you know, making that big strive in their journey. And it's so cool to see. So if you want to work with me, DM me, uh, get in the comment section. I'll go through the comments and like and subscribe. I'm going to, again, like I said, continue to help you guys out. And again, this is literally why I do what I do to help you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next video.